Next, let's make agriculture attractive. In my country, for example, we define agriculture as if it's dirty. Again, that mentality of looking for white-collar jobs are not mad. But we have many people making millions and millions of dollars in agriculture. So the reason we should do that as leaders is to encourage youth participation and whoever else. It would also reduce rural-urban migration. We have many youth right now in Africa moving away from their villages. They are all crammed in the city center competing for the few jobs there. Why not equip them and encourage them and inspire them? Say, hey, you can utilize that land. It will also boost rural opportunities to know that, hey, there's money out there in the village. How we do that is to create targeted teaching projects, whereby you say, hey, for this particular project, or for you to earn marks, this is what you're going to do. You're going to go to the village and you're going to create a business around agriculture. We could have farmer mentorship programs, whereby farmers are mentored on how to make things happen. We could also do commercialization of farming, commercialization of agribusiness, as we call it. We also need to increase public investment in agriculture, to use social media in all these aspects in whatever we are doing, to show the popularity of agriculture and how great a business it is. We could also put agriculture on the school curricula, growing, marketing. We could also strengthen higher education in agriculture, link it to technology advances, facilitate innovation in the areas of agriculture. We could also focus on value addition, because why should a kilo cost, say, $2 while the same kilo or whatever that is produced costs hundreds of dollars? It doesn't make sense to me. Focus on value addition. Let's improve infrastructure, road, power supplies, because then these are incentives that make a big difference. Let's also support, the next strategy as leaders is let's support homemade products. Homemade meaning made in Africa, made in Nigeria. Why? To support growth of African enterprises. Let's be proud of what is African, because it will create more jobs and more people will be attracted to invest in Africa. Right now we have many companies looking for ways and means to invest in Africa. And by the way, have you noticed that the big shots across the world are rushing to Africa? The scramble for Africa is back on. Only that they are looking out for opportunities. The question is, how are we utilizing the opportunities around us? We also need to encourage people to buy the local stuff. But for us to also to encourage people to buy local stuff, let's have high standards. Let's have high standards of products, whereby unless a product meets international standards, it should not be approved. Why should we have second-rate standards for our local products and demand the highest level of standards for foreign products? That's how we are killing local creativity, innovation, and excellence. People should be pushed to produce the best of the best. We need to reduce taxes for SMEs, to remove trade barriers, and to encourage local partnerships. We need to empower the girl child. Why should we pay attention to the girl child? To enable her keep in school and to enable women earn better incomes. And how we do that is to make child marriages illegal, because we are talking about overpopulation. We are talking about high fertility rates. We are having teenagers mothering children. We are actually having children mothering children. You find 15-year-olds, a 15-year-old is a child. A 16-year-old is a child. And you find a 16-year-old carrying a 16-month-old baby. That doesn't make sense to me. As we keep these girls in school, number one, we will have an informed population. Number two, we'll reduce the fertility rate, so to speak. They will delay the children. They will delay the number of children that they can produce in a given time. Let's encourage mentors to take care of these young girls of ours, to boost the number of women in power. But having said that, whereas I encourage the notion of the girl child, I think also the boy child is being ignored. So we have situations in progressive institutions, we now know that women are performing better than men. So in future, whereas we are having a women's movement, my concern is that in future we may have a men's emancipation movement. One of the international banks in Uganda, just to give you an example, is that they, for every 3 positions, 2 are women and 1 is a man. We should enable investment to create more employment opportunities, and how we can do that is to ensure peace and stability. When there is peace, investment comes handy. Investment incentives like tax holidays, free land, subsidized loans, create investment promotion agencies. I like what Bill Clinton said, that I do not believe we can repair the basic fabric of society until people who are willing to work have work. Work organizes life to give structure and discipline to life.